y'all take it too long to get back to me in the Astro where I told y'all about the DNA and you can just be friends with somebody. So, with that being said, I'm gonna introduce this trick to you. Just see if it works. Because you probably, some of y'all probably got so many partners. That's just irrelevant the way I said. But let's try something new. When you deal with this particular partner, instead of you observing yourself, which you need to observe yourself in a way, see the difference. But maybe that's too, what you call. I want y'all to see how quick the energy warps or the energy shift. I ain't gonna say warp, shift. All right, now, let's say you got, I like to use relationships or partnerships, friends with benefits, ships, whatever. Now, somebody you swapping DNA with, basically. Now, if you do it, I'm gonna show you something. I don't know if this is gonna work for y'all, but it works for me greatly. So let's see if it works for y'all. When you do this, you know your YouTube. We all on social media. I ain't gotta say YouTube, just social media. We all on social media. And we look for particular things on social media. We do particular things on social media. Do what you typically do on social media. But as soon as you do this, swap this DNA, go to your social media and see if the information that you are receiving on social media have it changed dramatically. Like, example, let's say I'm dealing with a girl and she go both ways secretly and I don't know about it. I might just so happen to get on social media and run across these kind of messages. Or let's say I deal with a girl and she drank and I don't know about it. She drank a lot. And it might get messages saying, you need to work on this, you need to work on that, your alcohol, like as if I'm the one drinking. So y'all try it. Y'all try that. And this is gonna recall a lot. This right here is gonna set everybody back. Wealthy, poor, it don't matter. Everybody gonna start to check themselves immediately. I don't know if this gonna work with y'all though, but if it do, then that's a good accomplishment. We can move on. Because when you do that and you start realizing what I'm saying, then you can pay attention to yourself and start realizing the changes in yourself. DNA, we must understand, dinosaurs is in our DNA, flies, animals, all types of stuff in our DNA. They can take stuff out of our DNA and create flies. You got movies where they can alternate your DNA and you'll turn into a fly. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything comes from somewhere. There's a truth behind every criticism. So, with that being said, now that we know DNA really is the focal point and really is what change up our makeup chemistry, then try it with your lovers. Because I'm trying to get to the bottom of the fact of why they didn't do in the ancient time what we doing today. And whatever it was and whatever they knew had it been so important, so strongly important, and so vitally important that they knew not to share DNA like that. It had to been. It had to been. You know, if we could fix this as a unity in the world, this would be one of the greatest accomplishments known to man for in a very long time. It's like you're gonna shift. Your whole structure around you gonna shift. Everything around you gonna shift. So just try it and see what happens. I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, why I ain't heard nobody in the Astro Everybody's still on the set. And that's from this war. That's what I figured out. I figured out that the energy y'all swap my energy with, everybody is transforming into that energy. Y'all are not like that, especially North Node people. You have nothing like that inside of you. These might be desires of you that been dead and was dormanted inside of you because another lifetime of you had already accomplished that was left for you from your parents in another lifetime, which in other words saying that's a sin you already done conquered. So why would you entertain such sin? Because the energy war. They gave the energy. I tell you, I went to a place where I normally see some beautiful people walking around and they just look good. And, I went to this place and everybody looked like that energy. And it shocked me. And I was like, how can something change so rapidly and so fast? But they did. They changed rapidly and they changed fast. They started looking and becoming like these people don't even know the situation. They don't know nothing about the situation. They don't know this person that I'm talking about. But their energy, it looks like their energy is transforming into the energy that someone stole my energy and became. Like whoever stole my energy, the energy all around us is transforming into that same exact energy. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And if that always been going on like this, why haven't we noticed, for one? And check this out. The fact that we haven't noticed doesn't mean that it hasn't been happening. The proof is in the fact of none of us getting justice. If your energy been that distorted, your DNA been that distorted, how would you get justice? How would justice be able to give you justice when justice don't even notice you to give you justice? If you are sleeping with a DNA, or if you are dealing with a DNA, you can just be friends with these DNA. If you are dealing with a DNA, if you of the light and this DNA is of the dark, when justice coming, let's say justice do come around, karma do come around, they give you good karma. The problem is that karma is giving the good, karma is giving you the DNA, to giving you the blessing, but it's given to the DNA, I hate to say this, more dominant in the present DNA at the moment. In other words, just like what happened to me, my DNA, as strong as my DNA is, when I shared my DNA with somebody that I shouldn't have shared my DNA with, or the person that I was supposed to share my DNA with went to a darker side, which transformed her DNA from light DNA to dark DNA, then somehow her DNA was dominant over my DNA. So with that being said, if karma come around to bless the DNA, karma is gonna bless the DNA right there at that moment. Just give it to you. So let's say DNA is a bunch of people, but all of y'all are from the same DNA, so it don't matter who we give these blessings to. It's in your DNA, so we're giving the blessing to you. But somehow you don't feel like you got the blessing because you didn't get the blessing, because whoever you are with is getting the blessing. The friend you are with is getting your blessings. Man, this is deep stuff right here now. So y'all just try that. It could be just off the whim, I don't know. But it seemed relevant. Very much so. Why do our lives mimic another life when we don't even move like this person? Well, yeah, we might be friends with this person, but we don't act like this person. We don't move like this person. But somehow our life look just like this person. How is that? And then sometimes this person get better than you, and we typically say, you always get blessed. And we see these people, we friends with these people, we see these people always get blessings. We see these people always get opportunity. And we keep questioning ourselves, why these people keep getting all these blessings? They don't even want the blessings. And then you'll tell your friend the same thing that you tell yourself. You never appreciate a blessing. You get these opportunities, and you abuse the opportunity, you misuse the opportunity, that's because that opportunity that went to that person was supposed to come to you, because you and that person is somehow sharing DNA with each other. And you ain't supposed to be together. Ooh, man, this is deep. Because I had to get rid of a female friend that I didn't want to get rid of. But they was so low vibrational. I had to get rid of her. I did not want to get rid of her though. But I had to get rid of her. And I had to get rid of her because of what my spiritual side was saying. It was no other reason for me to get rid of this person. It was what my spiritual side was saying. It was what God was telling me. So I got rid of this person, and then I started to see the atmosphere shift. Then I started to see the people shift, the energy shift, and even all the way into my social media immediately. So let's just say this is another trick on the house. I know you're gonna try to write a book about it, maybe, but God is on y'all. So the whole purpose of y'all taking stuff is for my ancestors and our ancestors to teach you a lesson, to show you to stop stealing blessings, for one. And it's not gonna work out for you anyway. It's people that done stole lovers from me and got into relationships with lovers that is the total opposite of me. And if you with a lover that's the opposite of me, you with a dark lover, that dark lover is only gonna love you for whatever reason they hit to love you for. They are the opposite of me, so they're gonna be ruthless to you, basically. You're not gonna tell nobody because it's good. Everything good. You ain't gonna say nothing to nobody about it because everything is so good. But is it good? Is everything good? You're not gonna tell nobody. So just see what happens. Because a lot of y'all got many partners, and I've been trying to explain this so y'all can get it. But I ain't been hearing nothing back, because I guess y'all got plenty of partners. And I didn't think about that. Well, in this situation, as soon as you make contact with this partner, you can go on your social media and see if anything changed. Hell, you could go in your studio and see if anything changed. You could go run track. Maybe you're a professional runner. You can see if anything changed. You could go box. See if anything changed. Whatever your profession is, or whatever you like to do, and whatever you know you are good at, or whatever you like to do, like I said, go to that and see if something changed about the nature of it. Of course, things will always change, but this kind of change is rapid. It's very faint. And the quicker you notice it, the better off you're gonna be. So if you notice it real quick, if you notice this change immediately, then you got the opportunity to change the outcome immediately. If you choose to want to change the outcome. I know y'all looking for prayers to preach it, but we getting to the bottom of stuff through God. God is teaching us. We're learning together. We're evolving together. When I get to the point where I can preach, then I'm comfortable in what I done taught. Besides, these attacks is overwhelming when it comes to the technology and it comes to preachers stealing sermons. It's just overwhelming. Let me tell you something. When a preacher steals my sermons, I don't feel like doing sermons. When a singer steals my music, I don't feel like singing. When a dancer steal my moves, I don't feel like dancing. I'm not your typical status quo that you are typically used to sacrificing. I'm not gonna go by your ways. I'm not even thinking about going by your ways, so I can be an easily sacrifice for you. And the last thing I needed you to do is tell me you ain't sharing your energy, so you ain't part of the team. I don't wanna be on your team. I'm on God's team. I'm not looking to be on your team. I'm on God's team. You are the one putting people in the box so you can cipher energy, not me. I would rather be out of the box creating energy than to be looking in the box stealing energy. So that means I'm right with God. That means I'm on good footing with God. Everything about me is evolving with God. You can take all my money. You can take all my material possession. You can take my child. You can take my lovers. But you can't take my soul, because this vessel belongs to God. It ain't nothing you can do out there to break me. I done been through more than enough that this life got to, this double whammy for me. Triple whammy. Just over and over and over and over again. And I'm still here looking good and feeling younger. I was born in the pen. Ain't nothing worse than born in a world outside of prison and feeling like you in prison. Ain't nothing worse than being free from prison and feeling like you living in prison. I've been like that my whole life. My whole life. And I've been speaking this since I've been on here doing this, and you don't see nobody coming to fuss at me about it. You don't see nobody coming to correct me about it. They going to you telling you lies, but they won't come to hear about it. Y'all got these cameras in my house. You ain't seen nobody visit me about it. You ain't seen nobody comfort me about it, because obviously it's the truth. That's why I talk about it. Now, understand that if you don't understand nothing else. I've been through so much, unbelievable. I've been through enough. I haven't been through the worst. I ain't seen the worst. I'm not your killer, I'm not your thug, I'm not your gangster, I'm not your fighter. I'm God's child. And I intend to act just like that. I defend myself. I protect myself and my family. You can't get me on my knees for wealth, with wealth. You can't pay me to get on my knees. You can't force me on my knees. You can come beat me till I'm on my knees and I'm gonna get back on my feet. Why are you still beating me? And even if you beat me to where I can't get back on my feet, I'ma still be laughing and I'ma still be talking junk. I'ma still be me. And you can go ask anybody. I'ma always be me. Don't ever forget, this is my father's planet. This is God's world. If God wants you to put your hands on me, then that's the only way you're gonna be able to put your hands on me. Otherwise, you gotta ask God for permission to do something to me. I ain't never failed, I ain't never backed down, and I ain't never let nobody back me down. And I ain't gonna start today. I'm fighting battles that my people been running from for generations. I'm facing demons that my people been running from for generations. I'm the sacrifice for God, not for the devil, for God. God come and got me out of hell. What's that deal you made with God? That's the deal. You come here and you do this hard shit with this hat, and you gonna be okay, Tat. Your vessel belongs to me. What is my job here? My job is to be attacked. Constantly. My job is to be belittled. My job is to be humiliated. My job is to be robbed. My job is to be made a fool out of. My job is for you to abuse me mentally and physically and think you got away with it. I'm the bait man. And now we all know that the bait man ain't no weak man. Because if I've been the bait man my whole life, and somehow, some way I'm still on my feet, then that's proof within itself. I would never be like you. I will only be like me. I will be like what God want me to be. I'm never gonna change into you. I'm never gonna be what you want me to be. I'm only gonna be what God want me to be. It ain't a lover you can send to me to make me change me. It ain't no money that you could give me to make me change me. If I gotta stand over here on God's side without a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of and a car to drive, then that's exactly how it's gonna be. If I gotta die in this room, if I gotta stay in here for the rest of my life, then that's exactly how it's gonna be. At the end of the day, I'm here working for God, elevating you. Elevating your soul, trying to get you to keep your soul at least, preserve your soul at least, get your soul back at least. Y'all ain't doing nothing. You sitting there laughing at me because you stealing something from me that I didn't even know I had in the first place. And then when I find out what you stole from me, I'm still not even responding to you. It's not even bothering me. You don't see a difference on my face. That should worry you. And the fact that you always attack me and every way that you attack me somehow affects you, that should worry you. Even if it's physical, that should worry you. Spiritual, that should worry you. Financially, that should worry you. It ain't no competition right here. I gave myself to God a long time ago. This is God's vessel. That's why you don't see me on my knees, because why would God get on his knees? I'm not God. This is God's vessel. This soul belongs to God. And it ain't no price on this vessel. You want me to talk about it, you want me to preach about it, you remember what I just said. I don't like preaching to ministers who steal from me. I don't like making creativity so you can steal from me. If God give me a biblical book, how dare you even think about stealing it from me? Why would you steal something biblically? I don't want to dance because you just gonna steal from me. You put me in this box, it's illegal for you to steal from me. No, it ain't gonna ever be legal for you to steal from me because this soul don't belong to you. This soul belong to God and me. If this soul belonged to you, then I would be dead and you would be able to take from me, annex from me. This soul, I'm not dead, obviously. You just buried me. It ain't gonna ever be legal for you to take from me. And ain't nobody in this world gotta back me up. As long as I got God and my ancestor, that's all I need. Ain't nobody playing with y'all out there. You talking about a man that done been to hell and back a couple times. What is this planet gonna do to me that ain't already been done to me? Tell me.